Triumph have definitely done it again with this absolutely stunning 2023 Street Triple behind me here. The most powerful Street Triple range ever, the most technologically advanced Street Triple range ever, most agile, precise handling, and completely redesigned front to back, brand new all-round bodywork. Together with these bold colors, they definitely do look like supermodels walking down the catwalk. But I do think this Street Triple has cemented the Street Triple as the class leader in this category for Triumph. Before I get ahead of myself, let's have a look at this 2023 Street Triple RS in more detail and then take it out for a ride. You heard me say most powerful Street Triple range ever. And yes, that is so, because this Triumph 765 motor is being developed, tested and run in the Moto 2 series. And for those of you that don't know, you get Moto 3, Moto 2 and Moto GP. Now the Moto 2 is a one make engine series, so it doesn't matter if the bike says KTM or Husqvarna, what it says on it. Every single bike on the Moto 2 grid runs this Triumph 765 motor. Now this has been going on for 4 years that Triumph has been the engine supplier. These Moto 2 bikes run about 140 horsepower, and here now you have it in a street version, detuned slightly to 130 horsepower. The reason for that is for the reliability and to get the service intervals. Now there's another model, the R Street Triple, which they don't bring into South Africa because the South African market really demands and asks for the higher end of these Triumphs. So we will be getting the RS and the Moto 2 replica. Yes, there's a Moto 2 replica coming in the Street Triple with full carbon body, but running the same engine spec. So here we have the RS 2023 Street Triple, most powerful Street Triple ever, 130 horsepower, increased torque to 80 Newton meters, most technologically advanced ever, because you have cornering ABS, you have traction control, and you have rider modes such as track as well. The most agile and precise handling Street Triple ever, because you got the highest spec. For example, the Brembo's Dilemma's brakes up front. You have the highest spec fully adjustable suspension up front, shower at the back Öhlins, but I'll look at that in more details now. And then completely redesigned body. Now this is what we used to from the Italians. One of the favorite views for me on this bike must be this rear seat cowl. Have a look at the attention to detail. If you go to the front of the bike, you see these two lines from here going over the petrol tank, carried on all the way to the back. Absolutely stunning. And then the color schemes you get, this being the cosmic yellow, but more about that later. Let's have a look at the specs of this engine in more detail. Now this motor, as mentioned, derived from the Moto 2 racing over 4 years. You have a 4-stroke inline 3-cylinder double overhead cam, 4 valves per cylinder, 765cc, liquid cooled Euro 5 with a wet sump. Your power of this unit is 128.2 horsepower to be precise, 95.6 kilowatt. So 130 horsepower at 12,000 RPM. Your torque is up to 80 Newton meters at 9,500 RPM. A clutch, slip assist, 6-speed gearbox with up and down shift assist, quick shifters, final drive chain. When you're talking about suspension, again, 41mm showers up front, the Öhlins ST40 at the back, both fully adjustable. When you're talking brakes, you have the dual disc up front, 2x3 10mm, full floating Brembo's Dilemmas, 4-piston calipers. At the rear, a single disc, 220mm, again Brembo, single piston. When it comes to wheels, 17-inch front and rear, shod with a 120 and a 180. You have the cast aluminium alloy 5-spoke wheels. Seat height. The seat height here is 836 on the RS model, but yes, you have a lower seat and you can drop it down. The R, for example, has 826. The RS, but more of an aggressive stance, higher end, it's 836. Gives you this sharper, more agile handling. The wet weight of this bike is 188 kilograms, fuel capacity 15 liters. Now if you're talking wet weight 188 kilograms with 130 horsepower, that is what makes this bike such a stunning beast. Now with the previous 765 Moto 2 Daytona, they're having produced enough, they have managed to homologate this bike. So when it comes to the British Super Sport Series and now in the World Super Sport Series, they can actually race this bike and are racing it and are in the top 10 all the time, and they're just getting started. Now this is what you have in this bike. You have cutting edge technology. The exhaust is a 3-in-1 collector, 1 exhaust. Again, stunning. If you have a look how short it is, how quick it ends before the wheel opens everything up. You see that aggressive stance, and all round exquisite. When you get on it, you hear it's quite muted lower down, and as the RPMs build, it's fantastic. It's oral delight. Now the colors available for 2023 in this stunning, I mean, we're used to these designs when it comes to this timeless design like this. Having a look at this, we're used to that by the Italians, but then again, I've mentioned it before in my previous reviews, when it comes to Triumph, the build quality is right up there with the best of the best, and they just have such an awesome eye for colors and mixes. And here again in the RS range for 2023, you have the Silver Ice with a Badger Orange and Storm Grey graphics. Then you have the Carnival Red with a black carbon and aluminium silver graphics. And here, this, I would say my favorite, the Cosmic Yellow with carbon black and aluminium silver graphics. As mentioned, more than 50 genuine Triumph accessories are available. You have from cruise control, fly screen, heated grips, lower seat, pillion grab handles, bespoke luggage. Now if you were to pit this bike up against competition, I would say you have the Yamaha MT-07, the KTM 790 Duke, and the Ducati Monster Plus. However, the combination of wet weight, 188 kilos, the 130 horsepower, design and colors, bold, bright colors, really, for me, this is definitely a winner and class leading. Iconic street triple, just improved and made better. You have a motor here that's a triple. Now, I always rave about the boxers. The boxer motor, the twins, they give you that low down high torque. Now the fours give you that high end, that screamer. And here with a triple, you have the blend of a usable low down mid-range torque and the thrilling top end performance. Then on this 2023 Street Triple, they have shortened the gear ratios, which delivers a faster acceleration. And all of this together makes one of the liveliest, sharpest, fastest street triples yet. And together with all the technology thrown at it, with the quick shifters and rider modes and track modes and adjustable with cornering ABS, cornering traction, the IMUs and everything, that's why I say this must be the class leading bike for this category. When it comes to the electronic suite of this bike, you have cornering ABS, you have cornering switchable traction control, you have rider modes, road, rain, sport, your rider configurable, and on the RS and Moto 2 you have a track mode. Now that influences and changes all your parameters on this bike. For example, just the rain mode drops the horsepower from 130 down to 100. You've got your full color TFT, you've got the Triumph shift assist up and down on this, and it is seamless on the ride. I'll show you now. You have the slip assist clutch on this bike, front wheel lift control, which is like a wheelie control on this bike, and LED all round LED lighting. I mean, if I switch this bike on, you see the LED lighting. You even have daytime running lights and indicators, everything LED, self-canceling indicators on this bike, all round just Everything is thought of on this bike. When it comes to accessories on this motorcycle, starting off here, fitted grab handles on this bike. You've got your tank protector, you've got your lid over here, your cover on the reservoir up top here. You've got your screen up front, your fly screen over here, and you have your LED directional indicators. Absolutely stunning. I like this. I definitely like the screen up front, but as mentioned earlier, you have over 50 different accessories you can fit to this motorcycle. I think we've covered it from that point of view. Super exciting bike, just reading through the spec sheet, but I think where it all starts is when you jump on, swing your leg over this bike and go for a ride. So let's do that. From the time you throw your leg over this bike, you are totally comfortable. The height is perfect for me. Yes, you can lower it for the guys that struggle, but at my 6-foot frame, both feet are flat on the ground, knees are bent. I feel totally in control of this bike. Center of gravity feels really low. I mean, you have a wet weight of 188 kilos, so it is a light bike to start off with. You sit comfortably. It is a very sporty seating position. You sit very upright like I'm sitting here, not leaning forward, hunched forward. There's no weight on my wrists or forearms, no strain on my lower back. I'm upright all the way. Now, the feet are really mounted under your bum. You can make it more comfortable by hooking your heels in, but if you go on the balls of your feet, you feel like you're on a super bike and you want to throw it around on the track and you want to be an enemy to knee sliders. Definitely you can use this on a track as a trap weapon. You feel like you're in that superbike position. And the Moto 2 Street Triple will be getting clip-on handlebars, so you're more forward leaning, more weight onto the front, slightly different geometry. But this bike is perfect for the road. Yes, you can use it on the track and play around. Your power to weight ratio is brilliant at 130 horsepower, 188 wet weight. It is a brilliant mix. The bike is exceptionally nimble. The smallest of stones in front of you, you can just whip it around and do avoidance maneuvering. It is fantastic. When you talk light and nimble, this is new levels. This is so easy and light to throw around. Finding neutral is easy. Have a look at that. My feet flat. Look how bent my knees are, both sides. The bike is very light. The cockpit clean. The clock is recessed, far out of sight, but easily readable. The numbers are big enough. The display is big enough. One of the extras is this little screen, fly screen up front. I love it. It's not that functional at all. You still have no wind protection. However, I think cosmetically it just finishes the front of this bike off. Yes, it's a redesign, but still instantly recognizable as a street triple with the headlights. Brilliant. The sound of this engine or exhaust note is a little bit muted, lower RPMs, but the more you open it up, it really gets exciting and it comes alive. The shorter gear ratios, you'll definitely feel it is very responsive. The rider modes, simple controls, pushing the button here and you move through it. All round, very Triumph in front. I don't know where to fault this bike. When it comes to countries where you can lane split, cosmetically I love these mirrors. Handlebar and mirrors, just brilliant. However, you need to remember that these mirrors protrude towards the end of the handlebars, so normally your handlebars are the widest part. However, you can fit on the front here the mirrors coming from the front. I, however, am good with this. I love the looks of it, the feel of it. You must just something to keep in the back of your mind. The brakes are beyond phenomenal. These front brakes, 2-finger braking, I mean, you can even use 1 finger. They are so powerful. It just, you want to do stoppies on this bike. It's one of those bikes that the hooliganism factor is there. It's nimble, it's flickable, you can throw it around, you can pop it on its, yes, it has wheelie control, but you can pop it on its back wheel and do wheelies when you switch it all off. And stoppies, this is a bike, you don't see the front mudguard, you don't see the front wheel, it's compact. But what a stylish, good looking bike, combined with the colors. It's a bike I can only rave about. I mean, to criticize a bike like that, you have to be petty. And if I'm going to be petty, one of the things I struggled with is finding the side stand at first. But again, once this bike is yours and you get familiar, you know where to look. I found out the trick is look behind the foot peg, and that's where you grab the side stand. Once I figured that little trick, no problem. The other thing, one or two mistakes I made is when I look for this little joystick over here to flick around in the menu, I have once or twice hit the indicator. But again, thick gloves, cold day today, maybe that's the mistake. But once you're more familiar with this bike, I ride a lot of different bikes, that will also sort itself. You will instinctively go where you need to go. The controls are very tactile, instinctive, you know where to go. These are just rookie mistakes as a novice on this absolutely stunning 2023, oh what a bike, Street Triple 765 RS. Loving the bike. This bike is just such a playful toy. The sound, it just sucks you and draws you in. You just want to play harder and harder. Now that shift assist, quick shifter, it is so silky smooth. Have a look at this. 5, 6. You actually have to listen to the engine note to know it's changing. There's no rocking of body. There's no like you have to be over 5,000 RPMs for it to work. It works anywhere. Look at that. Downshift, one hand. It's just brilliant, and here you go. Brilliant all round. This is a bike to rave about. The other thing, I'm in sport mode, and it's so simple. You just jump over here and change through the modes, which I've done. I did think this morning when it was raining that I would have an exciting ride in the rain. That's why I checked up. Rain mode drops it to 100 horsepower, but we're good. I'm in sport mode like this. And I wanted to check the throttle response. Now, if you roll on, have a look at this. I'm off the throttle, and if I roll on, there's no snatching. Have a look at this. I'm in sport mode. There's no snatchiness. Nothing's catching you off guard. It's smooth. They really have it on point. You can ride in traffic, slower speeds, lane splitting. This bike is a bike for all occasions. Right, getting to the front a little bit. This quick shifter is silky smooth. Have a look at that. You don't even know, you have to listen to the engine note. Already in 6th gear, you can short shift, quick shift. Everything happens seamlessly and effortlessly on this bike. It's such a solid build quality. I don't know, I do rave about Triumph. When I bought my first Triumph, I still was under the impression it was an old man's bike, but they have come so far. In top gear, I'm just rolling on. I didn't change down, and this just pulls illegal speeds instantly. This is a machine. Woo. I must say, for me, it is thrilling, it's exciting. The sound does definitely remind me of that Moto 2. I did take a Triumph Daytona 765 for a review, and that Moto 2 definitely has this sound. Have a look at this. Wow, the higher the RPMs, the just more exciting it gets. It sucks you in. Whew. Obviously no wind protection to speak about. This little screen in front, cosmetics, and I personally like it. It just finishes the front off. Here we're gonna go again. What a machine. What a machine. They take you straight to jail. Not where we want to go today, but that's thrilling. I don't know what else to say. It's, you just want to open the throttle. The sound is brilliant. I'm in an awesome seated position. I'm comfortable, no strain. I'm one-handed. I'm insanely illegal speeds, comfortable, not bouncing around, smooth, control, confidence, everything is there. So the only thing you do feel is obviously the pushing you back, the wind. There's no wind protection, but that's what these nakeds and hyper nakeds are all about. Exciting, back to basics, riding motorcycles, freedom. Look at this dashboard behind these handlebars. Fantastic. Nice big clocks, full color. They are far down but nicely visible. You don't have to lean forward, everything's visible. You've got this little joystick over here. You've got the menu button to scroll through what rider mode you want to be in. We're in sport, pushing through main and road and back to sport, off the throttle and selected. You got this joystick over here, the indicators self-cancelling, very Triumph. You immediately feel at home, well laid out, clean cockpit, love it. The handlebar and mirrors, it's just a cool look. I must say, I'm a big fan of this motorcycle. Immediately when I saw it at Triumph Santon, I knew this is a bike I want to review. This is a bike I want to test. Here at slower speeds, have a look at that. We're slow speeds. I'm in 4th gear, revs really low, and if I roll on my wrist, have a look at my wrist, there's no snatching. It's a linear pull. I'm off, I go on, there's nothing that's jerky or snatching, and I'm in sport mode. Now I can still go to road mode, rain mode, so you can live with this bike. As much of an animal as it can be docile in traffic, non-intimidating. Have a look at this one hand. I can go quick shift 5th gear, quick shift at really low RPMs. There we go, 6th gear. Again, it's irresistible to do this on this bike. Wow, guys, I hope you enjoyed this short little ride and the review of the 2023 Street Triple RS 765. What a bike, in my opinion. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it with me. If you did, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, and most important of all, guys, hit that subscribe button to help me build the channel. And if you like, the reminder bell so you always know when I'm uploading something new.